Hello and welcome to Raising Those Spirits Campfire Stories. This is Steve,
And I'm Sam.
and it's been a while. Sorry, it's been a bad summer. I can take full blame for most of the lack of episodes. I was hoping to
No,
get a
I
few
don't- I
more,
think it was pretty even split. We both ended up getting very sick with coughs, kind of on opposite weeks.
which would have been
And
great listening.
yeah, you don't want to listen to two podcasters just hack their way through an episode. We're hacky enough as it is. That
Speak.
joke was funny. You didn't laugh, but my joke was
Now
hilarious.
I got like sidetracked because I hate that I know who he is, but Logan Paul.
Yes, I think I know who that is. A YouTuber.
He's a YouTuber who's now like a boxer, or maybe that's his brother. Is also like they were a duo or something. Anyway,
Sure.
he went to see Oppenheimer and he walked out and he was like, "It's just nothing but people talking the whole time." And someone commented underneath, "You have a podcast,"
Oh man,
and that's good podcast listening.
you have a podcast. Yep,
Yeah.
Oppenheimer. It's the podcast of award films.
Yeah, he's just like I was just sitting there listening to people talk, and it's like, yeah, you're so close, dude. I don't know if this is the type of movie for you.
I mean, what does he comment on his video? What is he? Does he just talk about random crap?
Oh man, I don't know. Again, I said I regret even knowing who he is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who they are. I'm not with it or
I'm gonna
cool
say
or anything.
he's probably just the next generation's Joe Rogan. Yeah,
No good. No bueno.
no bueno. So, what are we drinking this week?
Oh my goodness. So I picked up since I know what are we at? We're up to Georgia, right? It's Georgia the
Yes.
cryptid we are doing for this week. All right. So I grabbed a random bottle of alcohol out of my grab bag of nips for nip roulette. I ended up grabbing Southern sweet tea flavored vodka, which was produced by Universal Brands in Princeton, Minnesota. Not Minnesota, where I was just last weekend. Not very southern at all. Very northern, quite by Canada. This sweet tea vodka is exactly that. Yep. I can say that if you want to taste sweet tea vodka, Southern Sweet Tea Vodka by Princeton Brands is exactly adequate. I'm not going to finish it because I decided I don't like it. So I'm also drinking George's favorite, Coca Cola.
Did you ever try Firefly is an iced tea vodka that's really good. I make Arnold Palmer's is when it's iced tea and
Iced tea
lemonade.
lemonade, yeah.
Yeah, I put it in lemonade and make an alcoholic Arnold Palmer and it's delicious. It also goes really
Oh, yeah.
well in like iced tea.
No, that sounds much better than what I'm drinking. I regret just making a shot of sweet tea flavor vodka. It was a mistake.
Yeah, I can hear that. Yeah, no,
Mm.
the Firefly is very good. We always keep it on hand.
Ooh, delicious. What are you drinking?
So, since this week's cryptid state is Georgia, and Georgia's known for its peaches, I'm doing the peachy
Mm.
old fashioned.
Ooh, that sounds delightful.
It is very good. It's 1.5 ounces of peach bourbon, 2 dashes of bitters, quarter ounce of simple syrup, and then a maraschino cherry. And if you, instead of orange peel or whatever else you would normally do in your old fashioned, they put in peach slices.
Oh man, that sounds really good.
Yeah, it is delicious.
Oh yeah. All right, go with
Put that
Steve's
on
drink if
ice.
you're gonna. Yeah, if you're gonna make a drink to go along with this story, go with Steve's and not my terrible drink.
Yeah, very good, very refreshing, very summery, you know.
Mm.
So, this week's cryptid state is Georgia, which super disappointing, by the way.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's too
Yeah,
bad.
I expected a lot out of Georgia. Georgia tends to, have a big mouth a lot of the time. I figured they'd have some good cryptids, and they've got. I'm just going to give you some bad ones. The
Oh
Georgia
sure.
Raptor, and someone just describes it as looking like a raptor from the Jurassic
Like
Park movies.
oh.
And apparently he was hunting, ran in front of him and his grandfather 150 yards out, and then ran off.
Now, what year was this story from?
2008.
Oh, okay. So I was gonna say it can't predate Jurassic Park, I
Yeah.
imagine.
No. No, and I'm like, all right, that's what you're throwing me for cryptids, and then they have their own Nessie. Uh,
Everyone does.
they have a Bigfoot. They have the Georgia Swamp Thing, which is basically like a Bigfoot, but a little smaller, kind of like your Florida guy.
Oh, like the skunk ape,
Yeah, I'm
the
like,
medium foot, if you would.
yeah, they have the pig man is closely resembles the skunk ape, and I'm like, but you already have like the swamp thing, so it's all just like this woman was said to be a werewolf. She's dead now. We have no way of knowing, but
I would say there's a 40% chance she was not a werewolf.
at least, yeah.
Most people who claim to be werewolves are, in fact, not werewolves.
She
It's
didn't even think she
statistics.
was a werewolf. The town decided she was a werewolf.
Oh, okay. Well, then she definitely wasn't a werewolf. People were probably just being racist, I would imagine.
No, it was just apparently a hunter claimed to have shot a werewolf, and the next day she apparently had a scar in the same spot that wasn't there before, and
Okay.
that meant she was the werewolf, and, you know. So, I
Hmm.
don't know if it's going to go well into Mid Journey, but we've got the Georgia Giants, is what I stuck on because it's a cool concept. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
The like giants, like, is it just like tall people or is it something different?
So to this day, no one has actually spotted a giant, like a living one, in the Okefenokee swamp area of Georgia. But
Okay.
the dozens of skeletons have been unveiled, leaving the question of like, where did these come from? Most of them have been discovered inside strangely shaped Indian mounts. The first being
Okay.
found in the 1920s. They're so large that their jawbones alone could foreshadow a human head.
Oh man. Are they real? Like, I mean, like, do they have these skeletons or are they like supposed skeletons?
Let me confirm, I looked this up a few months ago. There was almost no information on the Georgia Giant. I literally can't find anything to back this up.
All right. So we're gonna assume it's all fake.
Apparently, these were debunked by the Smithsonian.
Oh, that makes sense. I mean, if you want to get debunked, you want to get debunked by the best.
All right, well, we're gonna do it because
Yeah.
it's that
We'll show
or
them.
Bigfoot and or several Bigfoot rehashes.
Well, let's go with the giants.
All right, Georgia Giants.
Ooh, some solid options here. Georgia Swamp Giants.
Right?
So going clockwise, starting from the top left. That guy,
Top left's very viable.
yeah, he had a very similar vibe from top left and top right.
Yeah, bottom right's also viable, I feel like.
Yeah, he looks a little, he looks a
He,
little toxic of injury.
yeah,
And then I think bottom left is just a crocodile,
that's just yeah, that's a super gator. Like
very big. In set two, all right, those are just bones, solid bonage. One of them is a bone bridge.
yeah, they I mean it's technically kind of as described in the top right, but like I'm liking some of these new from part 3.
Ooh. Oh, I like this fat guy in the
Top
upper
right?
right
Yeah.
of part three. Bottom left is just a dude. That's nothing there.
Yeah.
Bottom right is a little too dark. I'm not really seeing a lot of detail. It's scary though, but there's not a lot of detail. And then top left here.
It's like Grendel from Beowulf.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I like the two on the top in set three.
All right. Do we want to do one more or do we want to
I'll do one more to keep it interesting.
I'm honestly, I haven't even done anything but the first prompt for these. I just keep hitting shuffle and having him
Oh,
do
I mean,
four
if it
more.
works, it works.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, we kind of nailed this one on the first. Okay, I really like the top left and the bottom left in this incoming.
All right, for it. Oh, oh, bottom left looks like he looks like a guy. They look like a person who is mutated. Top left I like, but he's a little bit too exactly Swamp Thing. Bottom right, I like bottom right. It's like a
It's
hippo
supposed to
monster.
be a human, though. Bottom right's more of like a cryptid that we would make.
That's true. Oh, and now we got set five.
Set five's not great.
Oh, yeah, I'm not crazy about anything in set five.
Bottom left really looks like Toxic Avenger. Bottom right looks like. Oh, you haven't seen Stranger Things season 5 or 4, I mean.
Have I have not. I have several seasons behind on
You're
Stranger
killing
Things.
me.
I've seen the promos of it, the Vatic or something. Nah,
Vecna, the bottom right looks like Vecna.
sure, believe you. I think I've absorbed enough of the latest season of Stranger Things through osmosis to understand who that is.
So, who is your favorite of these guys?
Hmm. Set four, bottom left.
I like it. He's one of my
Yeah.
favorites.
Yeah, set four, bottom left is I think my favorite one.
Okay, let me blow him up. Cool. So, we've got him. I think he's very good. Who's going to be our next tribute to the crypto gods?
Our next tribute to who's getting the story.
Yeah, who's getting a story?
Hmm.
Who here do we want to write about? I mean, one of these is just the creature from the Black Lagoon.
True.
I kind of like set 3 top right.
Oh, this kind of like half man, half turtle looking guy.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I'm digging half man, half turtle.
I think he's definitely a contender. The one below him, the spooky dark one,
Hmm.
also a contender. Next one down, bottom right, that like half gator man.
Hmm.
So I say my top 2 picks are the half gator man or the half turtle man.
I would go with half turtle man. Like half turtle man. I think he's got a lot of personality. He looks a little bit less generic.
So I'm gonna blow it up so we can see better, but he's wearing clothes, right?
Yeah, he's got like a loincloth on.
That that's a piece of information.
Hmm. There's a culture. If there's clothes, that means there's a culture
Yeah,
there.
he's got jewelry. I'm sending you like a blown up version of it. This man has accessories and they mean things.
Yeah, what am I looking at here? This is like the funnest thing about Mid Journey or using any AI is to see like
What
what
little
stuff it kind of
details?
throws in for details because it doesn't know what it's doing.
I think it did awesome on this one. Cuz
Because
he's
yeah, I'm seeing necklaces with like scraps of fabric hanging down.
the scraps look mainly it looks like he's wearing a scarf, but the scarf is made almost out of all the necklaces woven together. It's actually like really annoyingly cool. He has Simpsons fingers.
I mean, oh, because he's only got four fingers on each hand.
Yeah.
His muscle structure is
Wait,
probably, I don't think it makes much sense.
is that a loincloth? I don't think that is.
No, does he just have no genitals?
He just has no genitals, I think, but his coloring, like the coloring on his scales make it look like he's got like gloves and a loincloth
What's the little
and some pauldrons.
keychain looking? What's the keychain looking thing? The little like hanging down from the
Is it a
scarf.
lure?
Oh, like a fishing lure? It almost looks like a piece of a dream catcher.
Yes, I got Dreamcatcher vibes off of that. Well, he's not necessarily doing fishing, I guess. He could be doing something else with it. Also, like, it's attached to that thing that goes up and then, like, octopuses out around his neck. It's
Oh
almost
yeah.
like he could, like, use that to, like, whip off the necklace into, like, a net or something.
Oh. I think it might just be decorative.
It's decorative. Okay.
It looks like it's decorative. I don't know if it's functional, but I'm also not a turtle man, so I don't know.
Maybe it's some type of a charm.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. It's like a religious item. Yeah, I think it'd be some sort of religious item because I think he's got religion
This guy definitely
somehow.
has religion.
Yeah, because if he has clothes, like I say, that means he has to have a culture. If he has a culture, then it would make sense for him to have a religion. That might be a religious, like a little religious artifact. I'm not taking any notes. I should start doing that.
Or it could also be like not a status symbol, but like officers have badges, like different professions have, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
His
Oh,
station, it shows whatever his station is.
yeah, that makes sense. So it's like a rank almost.
Yeah, exactly. Like maybe it has multiple. Maybe it like, you know, shows his rank but also that he's like a clergyman or something. You know what I mean? Like an
Oh,
army
okay.
chaplain.
I wrote all that down.
All right, I have two ideas about them so far. Do you have any ideas? Do you need me to hold on to these ideas?
Oh, I don't need you to hold on to your ideas. Let him go. Let him free.
Okay. First is that they are mainly like subterranean, like they live like in caves and stuff below the waters of the with the entrances or the below the waters of the swamps, but they do send up like scouts to patrol the area and stuff, and that's like his rank there.
Okay.
Um, or he they send people up occasionally for something. The other option is there aren't and this ties in. Oh no, we don't really need to tie into the bones though. But there aren't many left at all, and like this, it like whatever his station is he's has to basically just like wander the swamps looking for people.
Looking for his own people, or is he
Yeah,
looking
looking
for
for his
other
own
people?
people. Like his people are gone, but he's like searching. I don't know. What are you getting out of this guy?
That makes sense. I'm trying to think of like size. He's big, but he's not like impossibly big.
Yeah, he's
Um,
probably like 8 to 10 feet tall there,
yeah. He's bigger than a
7 to
Bigfoot.
9.
Bigger than, or is that a Bigfoot size? How big is a Bigfoot?
I think Bigfoot are like 10 feet tall. I think he's a little smaller than a Bigfoot.
Slightly
I think
smaller.
he's like Andre the Giant sized.
That's pretty big. All right. So he's scout for his people. He lives in the swamp below the waterline, and he's looking for other lost tribes. Like maybe at one time there was a number of different settlements of his species, and now he's not sure if there are any others left.
Yeah, or
Yes.
maybe I like that, but maybe they were kind of like a nomadic people, so they moved around. So he's like checking. He kind of wanders, checking all the places they've been. Because it wouldn't take that long to find out if the other settlements were there or not. If they were just in, you know what I mean?
So he now searches the locations his people once inhabited.
I have no idea how we're gonna write this.
Um, Okay, so it depends on perspective. So are we going to write it from the perspective of someone who come across him, or do we want to write it from his perspective?
Well,
We could write it from his
these are
perspective.
campfire stories.
So it doesn't even need to be from any particular person's perspective. It could just be like the story of the.
This
We need to come up with a name for him,
yes,
like
but
a
yeah, I think
Tortugan or
at the very least it needs to be the story of the, and they tell like, so watch out when you're in the woods because you could run across the
turtle. What do we call him? Turtle Man,
That's no.
Ninja Turtley, uh,
Um,
Tillian, Talion, Toggin. Just saying. No, just putting syllables together.
Elaird.
Laird? Where'd that come from? Is that Eastman Laird?
Yep,
Ah, I love it. Elair
the Elair.
D.
Yeah,
Lair or Elaird?
whichever you want.
Lair. Okay. Elair. How Lair spells? That's how it's spelled, right?
So Peter Laird is Laird.
Okay, so it's the Elaird. Elaird. The Elaird. An elusive turtle creature, nomadic species, once wandered the swamps of Georgia. The Georgia? Are we sticking with Georgia?
Yeah, why not? I wouldn't blink if you
Wandered the
told me this
swamps
was
of
in
Georgia.
Georgia.
Nomadic tribe of turtle people. Is he the last one left?
I don't
I
know
feel like
if
you.
we know that. I just know that they're like, again, we'd have to tell the perspective of the story.
Right, right.
Like, are we going to be just third person narrating this like omnisciently? Or are we going to have a run in with like some gator hunters or something? They see his scales under the water, they think he's a gator, they take a shot.
Oh, okay. So like so like going back to like the Zingwin, it could be something like, oh, they've all told stories of the E Laird, but nobody listened. And then these people go out into the swamp and they encounter him.
Yeah.
He's 10 feet tall. Okay.
Yeah, they think it's like a 10-foot gator under the water, but it's really the Laird.
Gator hunters ignore the warnings about the E Laird and go hunting somewhere they're not supposed to and counter him. First, they believe him to be a large eater, but when he emerges from the water, he is revealed to be the 10-foot tall turtle man. All right, so we have a story structure. So what happens? They get away. They have to get away because they have to tell the story, right?
One of them has to.
Ooh, one of them gets away and the other one does not.
Yes. Hell, why not make it three?
All right, 3 gator hunters.
One immediately disappears. The other two have to go looking. And then the second one doesn't make it, and the third one does.
This hunter disappears. Done in the story. Second later. Being the third final hunter. Just barely escape. Why does the why would the Laird hurt them?
They're hunting and they mistake it for a gator.
They shoot him and then
Yeah.
you think would he have been peaceful otherwise?
I think he was
He would have.
asleep. I think he was sleeping under the water.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like, If I don't know if he would have normally, but if you wake up to getting like shot and like I imagine the bullet like doesn't break the skin, but it still really hurts. Like you wake up to that, you're gonna go after these guys. You don't know what's going on. You just know you just got shot. I mean, it depending on the perspective of how we're gonna tell this, does it matter?
I mean, I would love to know
I mean,
his motivation.
I would love to know too. I'm just saying, like, if we're telling it from the perspective of the guy who survived, he's not gonna know. It's kind of like the problem we ran into with the military report in the last one,
Oh
where I'm like, the
yeah,
report wouldn't know that. Um, I mean, we could just make him decide how he feels. He could have bias and think it just attacked them when really it would never have. You know what I mean?
sure. Okay, that's fair. The hunter does not know it is from his perspective. All right. So how does he? So okay. So we know they go off. They are gator hunting. The first one, they shoot him. Okay, so they have to shoot him before the first person disappears because he's sleeping. They shoot him. They get a sense that it's not really a gator when he gets away. And then
Well,
while they're trying to figure out what happened is when the first one disappears.
well, I think the person who shoots him should immediately just get taken.
Oh, okay. So it happens. There's not like a little back and forth first. It's just Laird gets shot. Then moments later, this guy gets pulled into the water.
Yeah. As he goes over to like see, like he leans over to look down because he assumes he's just shot this thing. People also fish for gator. I'm looking up now, so they could have been crazy and been fishing, and he just yanks it in. Or he could shoot it and then look over the edge with like the hook to hook it, and he disappears down into the water, horror movie style. And then the other two think a gator got him, and they're trying to like find him, and then they end up on the run.
So the first hunter shoots the gator and gets pulled under. So how does the second one get taken out?
Okay, so
The first one gets pulled under the water. What kind of a what would this guy? Either maybe Laird would set a trap, or it could be while they're running, they just run into him and it just yeets him. We're down to our one.
we need a reason for these guys to abandon their friend and run.
Oh, if he's dead.
They don't. I mean, I guess they could just find the body, or maybe the Laird goes for like their engine or something, and they like have to speed away. But we could also just have it be dead. Okay, so
He's dead. They see the body. That's when they run. Because even if they think it's a gator, they're still gonna run.
yeah. Or would they revenge themselves upon the gator?
I mean, I suppose if they have guns.
Yeah, that's the thing. We're not fishing. If it's fishing, but if it's guns, this is where we're. I mean, these people are out to shoot gators. I don't think one of them getting bit is gonna stop them from shooting the gator. You know what I mean?
What do you shoot gators with? A rifle?
You cannot use a shotgun, but otherwise, yeah, you can use rifles, I believe.
Couldn't you use a shotgun?
It's illegal.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You can hook and line, bow and arrow, and firearms except for shotguns. Possession of shotguns is prohibited while hunting or taking wild alligator.
Oh, wow.
At least per the
Interesting.
Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fishery.
Close enough. So he's got to take out their guns, or they have to. He has to take out their ammo, and they waste all their shots.
Um, Maybe he flips the boat and their guns either get lost or their ammo gets wet, and they're able to like right it because he doesn't want to kill them. He's He just needs them to leave him alone. So he flips the boat. They get spooked. They flip the boat again, take off.
All right, so they still have like one shot each at this point. Because they each have the rifle that they had. They just lose all the rest of the ammo that was in their boat.
Oh, I mean, yeah. So then I think they leave, but they wait a little and come back to try and like retrieve the body or something. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
they go. Okay, so it could be like, no, we couldn't have seen what we think we saw. We need to
Yeah.
go find our friend's body.
You get far enough away, you calm down enough. Clearly, you were just freaked out because you just saw Larry die. Uh, we got to go back for him. Like, it was just a really big gator. Um, they go back, and that's when the second one's gonna die. I just don't know why it's gonna kill him.
Well, I mean, like they could see it again. So let's say, okay, the Laird doesn't die when he gets shot, but he gets injured. So it
Uh,
could be that the Laird is tending to his wounds. They see him and they're like, "Oh shit! It really was a giant monster. We need to kill it." And
sure.
then they attack it again, and that's when it's like on.
Or maybe they go to attack it again, but it set a trap.
Oh, so because he doesn't want to get bothered.
Yeah, and he knows they might come back, so he set a trap. Because he lives in the swamp. He's from a swamp-faring people. That's kind of their thing.
Gonna home alone the shit out of them.
It's like
They
a
set up a
deadfall of
trap.
a tree or something. Like, and then,
It could be like, yeah, it could be like a log attached with a vine.
yeah, or like a
Swings down.
tripwire and just, a widowmaker falls on him.
Oh, okay. Log falls on hunter number two. Or is that what's a widowmaker?
A widowmaker is just a large branch that, like, is basically the branch broke off, but it's got stuck up in other branches, and it could just fall at any moment, and it's large enough that if it does and it hits someone, they'll die.
Oh, okay. So large branch falls on number two, leaving just hunter three. So then it's a question: does hunter three run, or is hunter three going to try and fight?
I think Hunter 3 is going to shoot, and maybe it hits the thing's shell and it ricochets off, or maybe he misses and the thing, goes after him, and it's like a chase. I think the thing isn't actually trying to like kill him. I think like Widowmaker falls, kills his friend. It comes out of the shadows because it's dark now, and just kind of like terrifies him, and he runs, and it chases him for like a little bit, and he gets in the boat, disappears, gets away, and it resumes its journey out of this area. There's clearly none of his people here.
Right. So what are our hunters' names? Or is that the end of the story? The third hunter runs, and Laird just he Incredible Hulks it and just starts wandering off to the theme song.
Yeah, because he can't stay in that area anymore. I think he just like leaps into the water because that doesn't leave a trail, and Incredible hooks it away because there are clearly not his people here and other dangerous people. So I think he's gonna mosey on Incredible Hulk style.
Jumps back into the water, fearful of the hunters. He's scared. He's like, I don't want to deal with these humans.
Yeah, he didn't want this. He was napping.
Just napping. Oh, poor Laird. He's so misunderstood. All right, do we want to give the hunters names?
This is a good time to have a contest where we have fans give us names, but we have like three
Uh,
fans. Um, all right.
engage us on social media, folks.
When is this?
Feels kind of 70s-y to me.
Ooh, I like it. All right, 70s names in Georgia. Jerry,
Jerry.
Jeffrey, Gary, Rodney, George, Bobby.
Yeah, definitely one of them is Bobby. Say hunter number one, the one who dies immediately is Bobby.
Yeah. I like Rodney.
Bobby. The problem with Rodney is
Uh-huh.
I saw some clip online of some like supposed to be like kind of hillbilly character who keeps shouting Rodney. I forget what it is from, but now I can't. It hits too close.
All right. Terry was a big one, apparently. Let me go down farther on the list.
There could be a Chuck in this.
Charlie. Chuck.
Charlie.
No, we can't have too many E's.
Yeah, yeah.
Dick.
Buck. There could be a Buck.
Ooh, Buck is good. Daniel.
Oh, Daniel. Daniel seems so obvious now.
Jeremy. Josh.
Oh no, gosh. I don't know. They don't shout Georgia to me. Am I being
Larry.
like
I am literally reading
bro?
off to you the top baby names in Georgia in the 70s, by the way.
Yeah, but they would have to have been born in the 50s. Because top baby names in Georgia in the
God
70s would be people
damn
who
it,
hit their
Sam. You're so
what?
right. You're so
I mean,
right.
those are 90s kids' names. Those would be 80s, 90s kids' names.
All right, Georgia men's names 50s. Okay. Aaron,
Aaron, okay.
Bill,
Bill, definitely Bill. All right, Bobby, Bill. More name for hunter number 3, our main hunter.
you said Dale,
Dale. Oh no, then we're getting to King of the Hilly.
Earl,
Oh, I like Earl. Unless there's something better, I feel like Earl's the name.
Edgar.
Oh, to in black.
Why can't he be black?
No, Men in Black.
Oh, okay. I was just like, I heard two black, and I
They
was
could.
like, Sam.
Oh, I'm not gonna add. I mean, like, I'm. I mean, when I'm writing the story, I'm not intending to the character's race, but they could absolutely be black. In fact, I insist one of them is.
Joe,
Oh, okay.
Jack, Jake, Horace, Henry, Harry,
I don't think
Frank.
we've done better than Earl. Can we do? Let's do Earl.
All right.
ARL.
EARL.
All right. One of the characters
Archibald.
is Earl. Archibald. I feel like Archibald wouldn't end up in the swamp. Archibald would go hunting at like a preserve. Like Archibald's got money. Hunting somewhere much fancier. And they've been. I want to. Should we give them a little flair? They've been buddies since high school,
I mean, they've never
middle
left this
school.
county.
Oh no. Hunters never left the county. Hunters have never left the county and have been friends all their lives until this fateful weekend.
I think maybe the boat tips as they're shooting.
Okay.
Not to completely, maybe it doesn't even flip it. Maybe they flip themselves, like standing and shooting and like the recoil.
Oh yeah, so he sees it move and he gets spooked, falls back and flips the boat.
Yeah.
Shoots it. Okay, so Hunter One shoots the gator and sees it is not a gator. Spooked, falls back and flips boat. The Laird, think himself, or the Laird kills him in the water. Right. Is that enough story, or do we need more details?
I mean, we could have it that one of them didn't want to go to the area because I feel like there should be the myth of the Laird already
All
because
right.
we've already established they don't believe in it and they go to that area anyway, right?
Yeah, so Hunter number 2, the one who dies, be the one who dies first.
I think the one who dies first has to be the one who's afraid of it, and I want it to be like campy old story if possible, where it's like that woman at the county fair told me I'd die like I'd be got by the Laird or something like that. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
the Romani fortune teller told me that's how I would
Hunter.
die, and they're like, "There's no such thing. We're going gator hunting."
Right. So Hunter number 1 has heard of the Laird, and he knows that it is rumored to live in that swamp. They ignore the warning. They all ignore the warnings. Even Hunter number one, he's just telling the story. He doesn't believe it. They see him. He kills them. There's running. There's more killing. Story. I like this guy. He's sympathetic. The hunters, the laird.
I do too. Not what I thought we were going to create tonight, but I like our little guy. I think we have
All right.
enough, right? Do you think we have enough on
I think
this?
so. Yeah, I think we have enough for five
I'm sure
minutes.
we'll doctor it up
Well,
during
yeah,
the edit if we need to.
yeah, we always do. All right, this is a fun one. I like our guy. I
I do
think
too.
I feel bad for him.
I'm glad to add him to the Georgia collection because it's pretty pathetic.
Sometimes I like to think that people are going to hear these stories and not realize that we just made them up, and they're going to just get woven into the histories of these places.
I would love that. I would absolutely love that. And we've created this episode and it's date marked and everything. And when someone tries to commercialize it, we'll sue them for all the money.
That's what happened with Slender Man.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody started making the movie, and the guy was like, "No, I created Slender Man like 3 years ago. You can't just use him." And then he sued them and got the money. And then the movie wasn't very good.
Yeah. So, there we go. That's what we're gonna do with this. Hello.
All right,
Oh
well,
no, we're gonna do this and then Eastman and Laird are gonna take all of our money.
oh, that's true. That's fair. They can have it. They deserve it. They
I'll give
deserve
you
it
a
more than we do.
50-50.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, yeah, we'll cut the Eastman and Laird in. We owe them a lot.
We
We owe
do.
them a lot of our childhood anyway.
I'm sure we're here because of them, in
I
large
think
part.
so.
All right,
Well,
everyone.
everybody, check out our Instagram and check us out on Facebook. We're at RTSpiritsPod. You can see the pictures that we're referencing that we used to write this story. Um, so we hope to see you there. Be sure to like and subscribe on the podcasting app where you found us. And shoot us a message. We'd love to hear from you. And tell us any cryptids you think that we should get around with in
Yeah,
the
if we have
future.
any upcoming states that actually have one interesting, let us know, because not every site has every cryptid, and I'm sure we miss some sometimes. So
What's even the next one? What's alphabetically after Georgia?
alphabetically, it's something with an I. Idaho?
Hawaii. Hawaii's next.
Oh, Hawaii's next. I even talked about that with Petra because I was like, "Oh, Sam's going to be doing Hawaii tonight. How topical and also probably interesting."
Nope. Next time. Next time's Hawaii. Although we're getting out of the summer. I mean, we can still keep doing the cryptids
I
like
mean,
we were
I'm
doing.
having a blast doing this. So,
We can
yeah.
keep doing it. It's
I
always fun.
was right, by the way. Idaho is next after Hawaii.
All right. Idaho, the state whose name is completely made up. Anyway, tune into next time you'll hear the dramatization of this story.
Yeah, next week we should have it out. No issues, blah, blah, blah.
As long as we don't get sick again.
We try. I'm Steve.
I'm Sam.
Thanks for joining us.
Night.